Love is not just an emotion, but a long journey full of challenges, learning, and growth. But do we truly understand love, or are we just muddled by the ups and downs of emotions? Have you ever wondered what men really think about love? Despite being strong and confident on the outside, they too have fears and insecurities that few know about. From feeling unattractive to fears of loss and self-doubt, these weaknesses deeply influence how they express their feelings. If you understand these weaknesses, your relationship can become stronger and filled with mutual understanding. Let's explore the things men never tell you. Welcome to this Sophia's Knowledge channel, and my name is Sophia. This is a place where we explore real-life stories, deep lessons, and valuable experiences about love. Today, in this video, Sophia will share with you 9 weaknesses of men they don't want you to know, and the last one is extremely important. Grab it now to benefit you. This is a fresh perspective to help you build and maintain a lasting love. If you've ever had questions about love, don't miss this video. For the best experience, find a quiet spot, put on your headphones, and let yourself fully listen to what I'm about to share. Relax and let everything flow away. Let's discover together the secrets that will help you live fully in each relationship. Let's begin. 1. Feeling not good enough, a weakness in men's love. In love, men sometimes feel like they're not good enough. Despite appearing strong and confident, inside, they also have worries and insecurities that they rarely show. One of the biggest fears men have in a relationship is feeling not good enough in their partner's eyes. This feeling can stem from various factors and deeply affects how they see themselves and how they deal with love. If you understand this weakness, you'll be able to help them overcome these insecurities and create a healthier, more sustainable relationship. One of the main reasons men feel not good enough is the expectations they place on themselves. Men often set very high standards for themselves, especially in a romantic relationship. They want to be the ideal husband or partner, always successful, always strong, and always knowing how to care for their loved one perfectly. However, the reality is that no one can always be perfect. This expectation sometimes makes them feel inadequate because they can't meet all the demands they've set for themselves. The worry of not meeting the standards they've set for themselves can make men feel stressed and pressured in the relationship. They fear that what they do is not enough, that they don't deserve the love you give them. Men often compare themselves to other men, especially in modern society, where idealized images of success and happiness are widely promoted. They may compare themselves to friends, colleagues, or men they see in movies and TV shows. These men may have a successful career, attractive looks, and a perfect life that men feel they can't achieve. This comparison makes them feel not good enough because they can't achieve what they see in others. This creates a lack of self-confidence and sometimes prevents them from expressing their true feelings in the relationship. When they don't feel good enough, they may start to doubt your love and acceptance of them. Although men seem to care less about appearances than women, they are still concerned about how others perceive them. Especially in love, they fear that they're not attractive enough to hold your attention. Men might feel that they are not tall enough, muscular enough, or as youthful and handsome as the other men they see on social media or in movies. They may worry about not being attractive in your eyes, and this will make them feel inadequate to make you happy. Even though you may not focus too much on their appearance, these insecurities still exist within them, and they can affect how they present themselves in the relationship. Men in love also worry about their career and finances. They feel that they must succeed in their work and earn enough money to ensure a stable life for both. If they don't achieve the success they desire, they will feel inadequate because they fear they can't meet your expectations. These worries can lead to stress and make them feel inferior, even though you may not set high expectations about their finances or career. Although men work hard in their careers, if they don't feel recognized by their partner, they may feel like they're not good enough, not successful enough to make you happy. This can create a sense of insecurity and make them wonder if they truly deserve the love you give them. Men are very concerned about whether they can make you happy. Although they love you deeply and do everything they can to make you happy, they still worry about their ability to meet all your expectations. They may lack self-confidence about how they express their love and whether they can make you feel loved and cared for enough. Sometimes, these worries can prevent men from expressing their true feelings because they fear disappointing you. They don't want you to feel dissatisfied or deprived in the relationship, so they may remain silent or not fully express their emotions. Men also worry about the future of the relationship. They may fear that they're not good enough to build a long-lasting future with you. Thoughts about whether they can meet your expectations in the years ahead, whether they can build a happy family with you, may make them feel not good enough. This fear can cause them to become stressed and sometimes indecisive in the relationship. Ultimately, the feeling of not being good enough is one of the weaknesses men rarely express, but has a profound impact on their emotions and actions in the relationship. To help men overcome this feeling, you need to create a loving and respectful space where they feel accepted and loved without worrying about being inadequate. Your empathy and understanding will help them feel more confident and more connected in the relationship. 2. Fear of rejection or abandonment. In love, men appear strong and confident, but they also have deep fears that they rarely share. One of the biggest fears that men might not express is the fear of rejection or abandonment. They may not share this feeling with you, but deep down, they constantly fear that you will find someone else who meets your desires better and then abandon them. Men often appear strong and reluctant to show weakness, but they too fear being hurt. They fear that if they open up and express all their feelings for you, you might not reciprocate their love or might suddenly leave them. This fear can make them become guarded, hesitant to express their true emotions, or keep a distance in the relationship. They worry that if they show too much affection, you may not respond, and this would deeply hurt them. Even when they know you love them, there's still a part of them that fears the depth of that love is not enough to keep you around for the long term. They feel vulnerable to the possibility that you might leave them easily, which causes them not to fully open their hearts. Men may worry that their love is not being reciprocated in the way they desire. They fear that despite doing their best to make you happy, you might not feel the sincerity of their love. They fear becoming the only one in the relationship hoping for a long-term future, while you don't truly love them with all your heart. This fear can lead to insecurity in the relationship. They might start acting unnaturally or excessively, hoping that their attention and efforts will be returned. However, these actions might make you feel pressured and could cause misunderstandings. Thus, men's failure to express this fear might make the relationship more tense. As the relationship develops, men often worry about changes in how you perceive them. At first, when love is new, everything is romantic and wonderful. However, as time passes, men begin to fear that your feelings won't be as fresh as before. They fear that you will no longer love them forever and will feel abandoned when you no longer show the same level of care for them. This feeling becomes more intense when men feel like they are doing everything to maintain the relationship, but still fear that your love will not last. They may worry about changes in your habits, your new interests, or even new people coming into your life. Every small change might make them feel uncertain and fearful of being abandoned. The fear of rejection or abandonment also stems from a lack of self-confidence. If men feel they are not attractive enough, not successful enough, or not strong enough, they will begin to doubt whether they can keep your love. They fear that one day you will notice their shortcomings and reject the love they give you. Lack of self-confidence in the relationship can make men more vulnerable, and they may tend to protect themselves by distancing themselves from you. This could make the relationship more distant and less connected. Ultimately, the fear of rejection or abandonment is one of the biggest weaknesses men have in love. Even though they may not admit it directly, these fears deeply influence how they interact and express their feelings in the relationship. To help men overcome this fear, you need to create a loving, safe, and respectful environment. When they feel accepted and loved, these fears will gradually subside, and the relationship will become stronger and more connected. If you find this video helpful, please share it with friends or family to spread the value. And if you have any questions or ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm always listening and ready to respond. Let's continue together. 3. Difficulty expressing emotions. In love, one of the common weaknesses of men is difficulty expressing emotions. Even though they love you deeply, men are not always able to clearly and directly express their feelings. This is not because they do not feel love or do not want to share, but because psychological and social factors make it difficult for them to show emotions. Understanding this will help you be more empathetic and create opportunities for your relationship to become more connected. In many cultures, especially in Western and Eastern countries, men often have to follow societal, masculine standards. They are expected to be strong, decisive, and resilient, and expressing emotions is seen as a sign of weakness. Therefore, from a young age, men learn not to express emotions too much, especially feelings of sadness, anxiety, or fear. This pressure makes it difficult for many men to express their emotions, especially when they are in love with someone. They fear that if they show too much emotion, they will be judged as weak or not manly enough. This may lead them to keep their feelings to themselves and not dare to express what they truly think and feel. Another reason men struggle with expressing emotions is the fear of rejection. In love, everyone wants to feel that their feelings are reciprocated, and men are no exception. When they open up and share the deep emotions within, they may worry that you will not respond as they expect. They fear that if they express their emotions, you might not understand or accept what they feel, and this will cause them emotional hurt. Furthermore, the sincere emotions that men express can make them feel vulnerable because they do not want you to see it as a sign of insecurity or inadequacy. Therefore, they will try to remain silent and not express their feelings. Some men are not taught how to communicate their emotions effectively. In traditional families, men are sometimes not encouraged to express their emotions, but instead are given advice such as stay silent and be strong or men should not cry. This can cause men to lack emotional communication skills, and they do not know how to articulate the deep feelings they are going through. Unlike women, who tend to express emotions more naturally, men may struggle with finding words to describe their emotions. They may not know how to say that they feel love, anxiety, or hurt, and therefore may keep those feelings to themselves. This creates a gap in the relationship, because you might feel that men do not care or do not share with you, while in reality, they simply do not know how to express it. Men tend to want to protect the ones they love from worries and stress in life. They do not want to burden you with their negative feelings, because they fear that you will feel tired or burdened by having to take care of them. Therefore, they often remain silent and do not express the difficult emotions they are facing. They want to be strong, to be the one who can protect you and help you overcome difficulties. Men often do not want you to see that they also have worries, feelings of weakness, or hurt. This leads to them not sharing with you the struggles they face and gradually creating distance in the relationship. When men do not know how to express their emotions, they may feel insecure about themselves. They fear that if they open up, you will not understand what they are trying to say, or you might even look down on them for not being able to express their emotions clearly and logically. This anxiety can cause them to remain silent and not share important emotions with you. On the other hand, men may also struggle with understanding their own emotions, and this makes it difficult for them to express these feelings outwardly. A lack of self-awareness and the fear of being misunderstood will make them hesitant to express what they truly feel. Ultimately, love is a complex emotion, and sometimes it's hard to put into words. Men may love you deeply but not know how to show it. They might express their love through actions, such as caring for you, but saying words like I love you or I feel so happy to have you may make them feel awkward or unnatural. Especially if they are not used to expressing emotions, such words may make them feel uncomfortable or overly vulnerable. Therefore, instead of verbalizing their feelings, men often choose to express their love through actions, like taking care of you or doing little things to make you happy. Difficulty expressing emotions is one of the common weaknesses of men in love. Social, psychological, and personal factors make it hard for men to express their emotions, even though they love and care for you deeply. To help men overcome this, you need to create a safe and understanding space where they can open up and share their feelings without the fear of being judged or abandoned. When you show empathy and patience, men will feel more comfortable expressing their emotions, and your relationship will become more bonded and stronger. If you're still watching this, don't hesitate to comment with "continue." Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to give Sophia more motivation to create more meaningful and interesting videos. Let's continue together. 4. The need for recognition and appreciation. Although men are strong and independent, they also have deep needs that they sometimes do not express outwardly. One of the major weaknesses that men may not admit is the need for recognition and appreciation. In love, they, like anyone else, long for recognition and appreciation from the ones they love. However, they may not always show this or may hesitate to admit it because they fear being seen as weak or insecure. When this need is not met, men may feel deprived, hurt, and distant in the relationship. One reason why men need recognition is that they want to feel that their actions are meaningful and appreciated by the ones they love. Men often express affection through actions rather than words. They may do many things to make you happy, from big tasks like supporting you in your work or helping your family, to small tasks like fixing things around the house or preparing dinner. However, sometimes they do not receive recognition from you. This can make them feel that their efforts are not properly valued. Men yearn for you to acknowledge and thank them for what they have done. They do not need extravagant compliments, but a simple phrase like "thank you, I really appreciate that" can make them feel that your love is clearer and more valuable. When their good actions are not recognized, they may feel unloved or unimportant. Another reason men need recognition is that they want to feel worthy of your love. Although they may appear strong and confident on the outside, deep down, men also have moments when they feel insecure. They fear that they are not good enough, not successful enough, or not strong enough to deserve your love. Therefore, recognition and appreciation from you help them feel more secure and confident in the relationship. When you acknowledge their efforts and successes, whether in work, life, or the relationship, men feel valued and worthy of your love. On the contrary, if these efforts are not recognized, they may feel inadequate, unimportant, and this can lead to insecurity in the relationship. The need for recognition also comes from a fear of being undervalued or not good enough in the eyes of their partner. Men often strive to prove themselves in a relationship. They want to be respected and loved by you, and part of that is being recognized for what they are doing. If this feeling is not met, they may become disappointed and feel unappreciated. Especially, men may feel hurt when they do something good for you, but do not receive acknowledgement or appreciation. This does not mean they always need praise, but simply that they want to know that you notice and value what they do. A simple appreciation like "you are amazing" or "I feel so lucky to have you by my side" can mean a lot to them. For many men, the need for recognition is also related to wanting to demonstrate success and the ability to provide for their loved ones. In many cases, men feel pressure to be the solid pillar, the one who takes care of the family and provides a good life for their partner. When they do not receive recognition for their accomplishments, whether in work or personal life, they may feel like failures or incapable of providing for you. This is particularly evident in relationships where the man feels responsible for financial stability, career success, or providing for the family. They want you to recognize and appreciate their efforts because they fear that without recognition, they will not be able to maintain that role in the relationship. Everyone wants to feel important in the eyes of their partner, and men are no exception. They want you to see them not only as a boyfriend or husband, but as an individual who has value and influence in your life. When you recognize their achievements and qualities, they feel loved and appreciated, which helps them feel proud and happy in the relationship. When men feel important to you, they are motivated to strive harder in every aspect of life, not just for themselves, but for you as well. A lack of recognition can make them feel invisible, overlooked, and lacking the attention they need. Sometimes, recognition from you is not just about actions, but also affirming the love you have for them. When you say that you appreciate their presence in your life or thank them for what they have done, men will feel loved and more connected. These words may not just be compliments, but a commitment to your feelings, an affirmation that your relationship is important and worth maintaining. In conclusion, the need for recognition and appreciation is an important weakness in men's love lives. Even though they may not say it, men long to be acknowledged and valued for what they do. Recognition not only helps them feel confident but is also a crucial factor in maintaining a happy and lasting relationship. Therefore, if you love a man, don't forget to show appreciation for the efforts and affection he gives you. Simple compliments or small gestures can make him feel special and loved. When you do this, your relationship will grow stronger and filled with understanding. 5. Fear of losing freedom. One of the weaknesses that not everyone may recognize in men in love is the fear of losing their freedom. While they may love you deeply and want to build a lasting relationship, sometimes they also feel anxious and fear that love will take away their personal freedom. This does not mean they don't love you or don't want to commit, but simply that they fear being bound, losing the space to pursue personal interests, work, or even space to grow as an individual. Men, like anyone else, need personal space to maintain independence and autonomy. They may love you, but still need time and space to pursue their personal hobbies, meet friends, or simply have moments of relaxation alone. This does not mean they want to distance themselves from you or don't love you, but they need space to recharge and feel free. When men feel confined, overly controlled, or no longer have their own private space, they may feel frustrated and lose interest in the relationship. Freedom helps them maintain a sense of autonomy and independence, and when it is taken away, they may feel stressed, anxious, or even pull away. In love, some people may have a tendency to want to control their partner, from small decisions to major life choices. For men, this can make them feel like they are losing their ability to make decisions. Although they always want to show care and love, if they feel that every action they take is being watched or controlled, they will feel uncomfortable and restricted. Men's concerns about being overly controlled are not a lack of respect for you, but simply that they need to feel that they still have the right to make decisions for themselves. Once this feeling is threatened, they may become tense and easily withdraw or find ways to maintain their freedom, even if it means facing conflicts in the relationship. For many men, they have a personal life with their own hobbies, work, and friendships. They may love you very much, but still want to maintain their social relationships and engage in personal activities they are passionate about. These could include hobbies like sports, music, travel, or simply moments spent alone to relax and reflect. When men feel that the relationship is requiring them to sacrifice too much of their personal life, they may feel tired and fear that their freedom will be lost. Although they may not always express this, if you do not understand and respect their space and freedom, the relationship can become strained. They need to feel that they can still grow and pursue what they love without having to give up important parts of their personal life. Men may feel concerned about committing too soon in a relationship because they fear it will change their free lifestyle. They worry that once committed, they will have to take on responsibilities and face significant expectations from you, which may make them feel unable to freely do what they want. They may love you but still be hesitant about entering into an official relationship right away because they feel that this commitment will diminish their freedom. In many cases, men don't want to feel that they have to give up important aspects of their life to please their partner. Therefore, they may appear reluctant or not clearly express their intention to commit until they feel they can maintain their freedom in the relationship. Besides personal relationships, men also have a special relationship with their work and careers. They may invest a lot of energy into their work, aiming to achieve success and recognition in their careers. However, when in love, they may fear that the relationship will affect their work and freedom in building their careers. Many men feel that when they start committing to a relationship, they may have to share their time, energy, and focus on the relationship instead of concentrating solely on their career. This can cause anxiety and a sense of loss of freedom when they have to dedicate too much time to caring for their partner, rather than advancing their career as they wish. Despite the fear of losing their freedom, men can still feel loved and happy in a relationship if they can maintain balance. This requires you to understand and respect their personal space. Give them time to pursue personal interests, maintain social relationships, and develop their careers without feeling bound or controlled. A successful relationship is one where both sides can grow personally without having to sacrifice important parts of their life. Respect and understanding will help build trust, allowing men to feel free in the relationship, which in turn strengthens and sustains love. Ultimately, the fear of losing freedom is an essential weakness in men's love lives. Even though they love you, they still need space to maintain independence and autonomy. To ensure the relationship grows well, you need to respect their needs and find ways to maintain a balance between love and freedom. When that happens, both of you will feel comfortable, happy, and able to grow stronger together. 6. Fear of getting hurt. Although they may appear strong and confident, men also have deep fears that they rarely share. One of their major weaknesses in love is the fear of getting hurt. They may fear that love will cause them pain, betrayal, or loss of something they hold dear. This stems from past experiences, failed relationships, or anxiety about giving their emotions without receiving the same in return. When hurt, men not only feel emotional pain but can also lose trust in love and relationships. One of the biggest reasons men fear getting hurt is the fear of betrayal. They may have experienced unsuccessful relationships where their love wasn't reciprocated as expected, or even been deceived or abandoned. These wounds can deeply affect their emotions and psychology. Men may become skeptical and find it hard to open up, worried that if they give love, they will be hurt again. When men fear betrayal, they tend to be cautious about expressing emotions and love. They may act cold, distant, or even be unwilling to commit to the relationship. This is their way of protecting themselves from potential hurt. However, without trust and openness in the relationship, men won't be able to feel safe and fully loved. Another factor causing men to fear getting hurt in love is the fear of losing affection and care from their partner. They worry that when they give their all, they won't be rewarded equally. This can happen when the partner does not express their feelings fully, or when they feel the relationship is no longer as strong as before. For men, feeling that your love and care for them is fading is a major psychological shock, causing them to feel hurt and easily withdraw. They fear that if your love fades, they won't be able to save the relationship and will be left alone. This not only causes pain but also makes them feel insecure and inferior about themselves. When they've given their heart and soul to someone, being treated coldly or with indifference can deeply wound them. Another factor contributing to men's fear of getting hurt is the concern about changes in the relationship. Men often fear that as the relationship progresses to a new stage, they won't receive the same love as before. This can occur when the relationship evolves to require deeper commitment, such as marriage or having children. They fear that as responsibilities and obligations in the relationship increase, the affection will change and no longer be the same. This concern usually comes from not wanting to lose their sense of freedom and independence in personal life. If they feel that the relationship is diminishing their freedom, they may fear that love will become a burden and no longer retain the freshness and romance it once had. Men sometimes worry about whether they can meet your expectations in the relationship. They fear that if they don't meet what you expect, they will no longer be valuable in your eyes or will be rejected and criticized. These expectations can come from various factors, such as wanting a stable job, a happy family, or to be the ideal partner. When men feel they cannot meet these expectations, they may easily feel helpless and worry that they are not good enough. This can create a deep sense of hurt, as they always want to be loved and appreciated by you. This fear can make them hesitant and unwilling to express their true feelings, to avoid getting hurt when they cannot fulfill those expectations. For many men, wounds from past relationships may still haunt them in future ones. They may have been betrayed, abandoned, or gone through a painful breakup. These wounds not only affect their emotions, but also build a protective wall, making it hard for them to open up to new people. The fear of repeating past mistakes makes men scared and reluctant to dive into a new relationship. They may always feel on guard, afraid that if they trust someone too much, they will have to go through similar pain again. This creates a vicious cycle, making it hard for them to love fully. To help men overcome the fear of getting hurt, it is important to build a strong relationship based on trust and open communication. Encourage them to express their feelings and worries without feeling judged. This will help them feel safe and loved. Additionally, you need to show them that you will be there for them and never make them feel hurt or abandoned. Show them that your love is not just words, but actions and long-term commitment. When men feel cherished and safe in the relationship, their fear of getting hurt will gradually decrease, and they will open up more easily. Ultimately, the fear of getting hurt is one of the deep weaknesses that men may not reveal outwardly. This fear not only affects their emotions, but can also cause anxiety and hesitation in the relationship. However, if you understand and respect these emotions, you can help them overcome their fears and build a strong, loving relationship. Remember that love requires understanding and sharing, and when men feel safe, they will open up and love you completely. 7. Fear of failure in love. When thinking about love, people often imagine a sweet, romantic, and happy relationship. However, few know that men also have deep, hidden fears, and one of their biggest fears is failing in love. They don't want to feel like they're not good enough, unable to keep the person they love, or unable to build a lasting relationship. Failure in love can damage a man's self-esteem and make them feel insecure. Because of this, they often tend to avoid facing deep emotions or avoid commitment if they're uncertain about the outcome. One reason men fear failure in love is painful experiences from past relationships. They may have gone through breakups, emotional separations, or been betrayed and hurt. These experiences can leave deep scars in their hearts, making them constantly worry that history will repeat itself. The fear of failure in love becomes a vicious cycle, where the more they fear getting hurt, the more hesitant they become in opening up and committing. For them, a breakup or failure in love is not just an emotional shock, but also a blow to their self-esteem. Therefore, many men are cautious about starting a new relationship or avoid becoming too deeply involved in a love affair because they fear they won't be able to sustain it in the long run. Men often carry the pressure of being the protector, provider, and the one who brings happiness to their loved ones. They may worry that they won't meet your expectations in the relationship. They fear that if they can't satisfy you, love will gradually fade and the relationship will fall apart. This worry makes men tense and even obsessed with trying to become the ideal partner. They may worry about factors like finances, work, or communication abilities in the relationship. When they feel they're not good enough, they may become shy, hesitant in expressing their true feelings, and avoid long-term commitments. Men may also fear their ability to maintain a long-term relationship, especially when love deepens. They may worry that the relationship will become boring, lack romance, or fail to overcome life's challenges. This is particularly true when they feel unprepared to face major responsibilities in the relationship such as marriage, children, or financial issues. Every relationship has challenges, and men often feel pressured when thinking about not being strong enough to overcome them. They fear that a lack of experience or preparation will lead to failure in maintaining love, making them feel insecure and anxious that the relationship won't turn out as hoped. The fear of failure in love for men is not just about worrying about not being able to make the relationship work, but also the fear of rejection and abandonment. They fear that if they open up and express their feelings, their partner will not respond or will even reject them. Especially for men with high self-esteem, being rejected can cause deep hurt and undermine their confidence in themselves. This fear can make men cold, less expressive, or hesitant when approaching a new relationship. They may try to protect themselves by not loving deeply or keeping a distance to avoid the feeling of failure and pain. Another factor contributing to men's fear of failure in love is the anxiety that this relationship will end like previous ones. If a man has gone through painful breakups, they carry skepticism about the ability to succeed in long-term love. They may fear that they won't be able to sustain love, that every relationship will eventually end, and this failure will only make them feel worse. When this mindset arises, men tend to distance themselves or hesitate to make deep commitments in the relationship. They don't want to repeat the pain and failures they've experienced, which makes them hesitant and difficult to open up completely. To help men overcome their fear of failure in love, you need to create a safe and trusting environment in the relationship. It's important to make them feel they can share their worries and feelings, without fear of being judged or abandoned. Encourage them to express themselves naturally without worrying about meeting all expectations. To help men feel more confident in the relationship, you need to be with them through ups and downs and show them that you'll always be by their side, no matter what challenges arise. Additionally, building a solid foundation in the relationship is crucial. Together, create beautiful memories, overcome challenges, and show love and respect for each other. When men feel safe and loved, their fear of failure in love will gradually decrease, and they will open up more to feelings and commitment. Ultimately, the fear of failure in love is a deep and often present factor in many men. Although they may not directly show it, this fear affects their actions, emotions, and decision-making in relationships. Understanding and empathizing with these fears will help you build a lasting relationship full of trust and love, helping men overcome these fears and move forward with you in love. 8. Not wanting to be controlled. In a relationship, one of the weaknesses that men often don't want to admit is their desire not to be controlled. While they may love you deeply and want to maintain a healthy relationship, sometimes they feel stressed and uncomfortable when faced with the feeling of being controlled. This stems from the freedom and independence that they always value in their personal lives. They don't want to feel like they have to endure management or interference from others in every decision, action, or choice in their life. However, this issue does not mean that they don't want you to care, take care, or participate in important decisions. In fact, they just want the relationship to be based on mutual sharing and respect, rather than one-sided imposition or control. Here are the reasons why men don't want to be controlled in love. One of the main reasons men don't want to be controlled is the desire for freedom. For many men, freedom is a very important factor in life. They want to have their own space to do the things they love, pursue their passions, and spend time with friends and family without worrying about being monitored or having someone else decide for them. Men often take pride in their independence. They want to feel that they can make decisions and control their lives without having to report or explain everything to others. When a relationship becomes too controlling, they may feel confined and lose the personal freedoms they've always valued. Many men worry that when they are controlled, they will be judged or criticized for their actions, decisions, or choices. For them, this can be a major blow to their self-esteem and ego. They don't want to feel like every decision they make must be approved by you. While they may occasionally agree with suggestions or opinions from you, they still want to maintain the right to make decisions on important matters. When they feel excessively controlled, they will feel like they have no right to decide, and this can lead to dissatisfaction in the relationship. Another factor that makes men not want to be controlled is the fear of losing their personal identity in the relationship. Men often value maintaining their individuality in life. They want to be themselves without having to change according to the demands of their partner. When the relationship starts to excessively interfere with their personal lives, they may feel as though they are being changed or forced to live in a way that doesn't align with who they truly are. This can create internal conflict, causing them to feel hurt and unwilling to continue in the relationship. For men, maintaining personal identity is crucial for them to feel confident and happy in life. Men often value respect in a relationship. When they feel controlled, they will worry that you no longer respect their ability to make decisions. This can make them feel like they are no longer valuable in the relationship. They want you to treat them as adults who can make choices and decisions, rather than being under constant supervision or criticism from you. Control can make men feel like they have no control over their own lives, and this harms their self-esteem. They need to feel respected and able to make decisions without being coerced or closely monitored. An ideal love relationship is one where both parties can share and listen to each other, instead of one side always imposing and controlling. Men don't want to feel like their relationship is a place where they have to live by someone else's rules and demands. They want the freedom and flexibility to make decisions for themselves while also being able to share their thoughts, feelings, and dreams without being bound. When a relationship becomes an imposition, men will feel like they are no longer themselves. This can diminish romance and connection in the relationship. For the relationship to succeed, both sides need to respect each other and give each other space to grow as individuals, rather than controlling each other's actions and decisions. To help men not feel controlled in the relationship, you need to create a space where both sides can share and respect each other. It's important to show trust and give them the freedom in personal decisions. Instead of pointing out mistakes or forcing them to change, encourage them to make decisions and solve problems together when needed. You also need to understand that love is not about control, but about support and sharing. When men feel that you respect their freedom and independence, they will feel safer and more loved in the relationship. Both of you will be more likely to connect and build a strong relationship without worrying about losing personal freedom. Ultimately, not wanting to be controlled is a weakness in men when it comes to love, but it is also a crucial factor in maintaining a healthy relationship. Men need to feel respected and able to maintain their personal freedom in the relationship. When you understand and respect this, your relationship will become more lasting, and love will develop naturally and fully. 9. Fear of not being attractive in your eyes. One of the lesser-known weaknesses of men in love is the fear of not being attractive enough in your eyes. While physical appearance may not be the only determining factor in a relationship, for many men, they are always worried that they are not attractive enough to keep you around long-term. They fear that, over time, their looks, appeal, or what they present in the relationship will no longer be attractive to you. This sometimes creates feelings of insecurity and anxiety, making them feel inadequate and hesitant to fully express their true emotions. Here are the reasons why men may fear not being attractive in your eyes, and how they can confront this fear. One of the factors causing men to worry about not being attractive enough is the change in their appearance over time. Signs of aging such as gray hair, wrinkles, and changes in their body can make them feel like they no longer maintain the same appealing appearance as when they first began the relationship. For many men, appearance is an important part of making a good impression and maintaining attraction in a relationship, so when they notice these changes, they may worry that you will no longer see them the way you did before. They may wonder if you still find them as attractive as when the relationship first started. This feeling can make men lose confidence and fear being replaced by someone younger or more attractive. This anxiety can arise even if you have never shown any disappointment with them, yet they still feel not good enough in your eyes. Appearance is not the only concern for men, they also fear that they are not interesting or appealing in terms of their personality or abilities. Men may worry that after a while, conversations and dates will become boring, and they will no longer be able to refresh the relationship like before. They fear that as the relationship progresses, they won't be able to keep you always feeling excited and drawn to them. They might question whether they are intellectually, humorously, romantically, or creatively appealing enough to maintain your attraction. This can create internal tension because men want to show themselves as interesting and worth pursuing. When they feel insufficiently attractive, they may start feeling insecure and gradually distance themselves emotionally or try to maintain space in the relationship. Another factor that makes men fear they are not attractive enough in your eyes is the fear of not being able to meet your expectations. Men tend to worry about whether they are capable of making you happy in the relationship. They may worry about their ability to express love, care, or even bring happiness to you. When men feel that they are not attractive enough or cannot satisfy you, they easily fall into feelings of inadequacy and lack of confidence. They fear that you might find someone who can do better than them in aspects like affection, care, or romance. High expectations from you can make men feel they are not good enough and make them fear they will not be able to maintain the initial attraction. Love relationships can change over time, and this causes men to feel anxious about not being able to maintain their attractiveness in your eyes. At first, everything might be romantic and full of passion, but as the relationship develops, elements like familiarity, routine, or life issues may make emotions feel colder. This can make men feel insecure about whether they will still maintain their appeal in your eyes. They may worry that things like work, family, or personal issues will diminish the attraction in the relationship. When the initial feelings no longer feel fresh, men may feel like they are no longer appealing and cannot refresh the relationship, leading them to fear that you will not love them as you did before. No matter how much you love and cherish men, they may still feel inadequate about themselves. They might compare themselves to other men, especially in today's age when physical appearance and personal success are highly emphasized. When men feel they are not good enough or attractive enough, they may not want to express their true feelings because they fear you will no longer love them. This feeling of insecurity not only affects how they view themselves in the relationship, but can also make them more reserved, less communicative, and less open with their emotions. This creates distance in the relationship, making them feel like they can't fully contribute or love you as they want to. To help men feel attractive in your eyes, it is important to show appreciation and love not just for their appearance, but for their true essence. Help them realize that you love them not only for what they present externally but for the person they are inside, their qualities, care, and love they bring to the relationship. Additionally, create an environment in the relationship where they can freely express themselves without fear of judgment. Encouragement, compliments, and a sense of being understood will help men feel more confident and realize that they are always valuable and attractive in your eyes. When they feel loved and appreciated, their anxiety about not being attractive will decrease significantly. The fear of not being attractive in your eyes is one of the concerns that men rarely express, but it is truly a factor that affects their self-confidence and happiness in the relationship. When you help men feel loved and appreciated, not only for their appearance but also for what they bring to you and the relationship, they will feel more secure, and the relationship will become more stable and full of love. Conclusion. Love is a challenging journey, not only for women but also for men. Although they rarely express their weaknesses, in reality, men also have their own worries and fears in relationships. Fears like not being attractive enough, being rejected, or losing freedom can sometimes make them feel insecure and hesitant to share their true emotions. However, these weaknesses do not mean that they lack love or are unworthy of affection. On the contrary, understanding these weaknesses will help you empathize with your man, creating a strong and genuine relationship. The key is that in love, both parties need to build trust and respect together. Create a safe space where both can comfortably share emotions, worries, and concerns without fear of judgment. When men feel valued and loved in the right way, they can overcome their anxieties and confidently express their love fully. With understanding and proper care, you can help your man feel more grounded in the relationship, building a lasting, strong, and emotionally fulfilling love. Thank you for watching today's video. I am very happy to share these lessons about love and relationships with you. I hope you have learned something new and can apply it to your life. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to not miss the next videos. Thank you for always being with us and supporting. I wish you a wonderful day, and don't forget to love yourself a lot.